Welcome on into the Rock and Refuel Recruiting Roundup. Jason Jewell, Jordan Ham, going over everything recruiting related in the state of Arizona. Jason, we're going to kick things off with a flood of Hawaii offers to a couple of in-state guys.
So new Hawaii head coach Nick Rolovich has recruited here for quite a long time. When he was the offensive coordinator at Nevada, and he built some ties here. And since he's been at Hawaii, he's been trying. And last week, him and his staff, they threw out offers to 6 Arizona players, to some of the very top players in the state. Mateo Malay at South Point High School, the giant offensive tackle, Jawar Jordan, the speedster running back from Hamilton, Tyler Shuck, the quarterback at Hamilton, and Kenny Churchwell, the dynamic safety at Mountain Point High School. But I kind of want to focus on 2 other guys that aren't getting as much attention. But Giovanni Miranda, over at Saguaro High School, he is a guy, one of the more underrated and undervalued players on that team last year. When I went out and watched him, I was like, this is a guy that's going to be a Division I player. And Miranda got his first offer coming from Hawaii as an outside linebacker. If you look at him, he's over 6'3". He's over 200 pounds right now. Obviously, only going to get bigger and only going to grow. And the other guy I want to talk about is James Stagg, a 2-way tight end defensive lineman over at Desert Vista High School. He does have an offer from Louisville. Second offer comes from Hawaii. He's a guy that I think ends up being a 3 technique, a defensive tackle at the next level, and I think he's going to be a double-digit offer, guys, before it's all said and done.
Malay also picking up an offer from Cal. Pac-12 teams also coming in and offering a couple top-flight guys as well.
Yeah, sticking over at Saguaro, Josiah Bradley approaching double-digit offers, got offer from Washington State, and then Solomon Ennis got 2 big-time offers. One, he got one from USC, big offer after he took an unofficial visit out there, and then Penn State, where his father was a first-round draft pick. The Nittany Lions turned around and offered him as well. So he's a guy, the top-rated prospect in the state of Arizona now. He's going to be a 20-offer player.
We've seen the work that Jerome Sowers and his staff have done in-state, making sure that these guys stay home, go on up to Flagstaff. They target 2 offensive linemen this week.
Yeah, sticking in the trenches. That's where you win games, right? So Max Wilhite seems like he's been playing just forever. The Desert Edge center, 4-year varsity starter, got his second Division I offer. New Mexico State was his first. NAU is his second. I think this guy's a fantastic player, 6'4", 300 pounds, and a guy that can play guard, can play center, a lot of positions. And then Jaden Lee, a guy that I'm a big fan of over at Campo Verde, got his first Division I offer. He's a guy he's 6'3", he's over 300 pounds. He plays left tackle for Coach Ragsdale out there right now. His future is going to be inside and going to be a guard, but I like this guy a ton, and I think he's a guy that has a chance to have mid-major type scholarship offers, but NAU, I applaud them for being the first to offer him.
The list goes on and on for Chandler wide receivers in terms of getting to the next level. Gunnar Romney's gotten a lot of attention this class, but it's another receiver picking up his first offer this week.
Yeah, we saw Jarrett Caldwell had that breakout performance in the state championship game, and I was talking to Coach Aguano not too long ago about Caldwell, in fact, because he's a guy that right now, maybe he's a little bit of a tweener. He's 6'2", he weighs about 210 pounds in that range, and Aguano thinks, could he be a big receiver? Could he be an H-back if he has a great offseason? Aguano thinks that if he could end up being an H-back and get to 235 pounds, he's a Pac-12 Power 5 level type scholarship guy. So Nevada is the first offer for Caldwell, and we saw a couple weeks ago they offered their quarterback over at Chandler as well in Jacob Conover. So Nevada and the Wolfpack staying at Chandler High School and trying to get some of those guys.
And wrapping up the offers, we have a trio that get one underclassman and then also a couple of seniors.
Yeah, so Ralph Frias, this just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you're at, you can get recruited. So Frias plays at Stafford High School, big offensive lineman, got his second offer. New Mexico State was his first, most recent from Central Florida. Jack Plummer, quarterback at Gilbert High School, got offered from the University of Arizona. And then Spencer Rattler, the underclassman that you mentioned, got his 12th scholarship offer. It comes from Syracuse.
The Pylon 7-on-7 tournament in Las Vegas happened this past weekend. Plenty of Arizona talent was there, including quarterbacks. So we wanted to highlight some of the top 2018 quarterbacks. So who's really jumping out to you?
Yeah, so obviously the first 2 guys that I have rated the highest are Jack Plummer and Tyler Shuck from Hamilton. So we've already mentioned those guys. They have Division I scholarship offers. A couple others that do as well. Jamari Joyner at Cienega High School. He plays quarterback. He's probably going to be a receiver or a defensive back at the U of A where he's committed to. But he's a guy that I think is athletic enough and throws the ball well enough where he could be a quarterback if he's fitted in the right system. Max Massengale over at Saguaro, just continuing in their legacy of good quarterbacks. He has 2 offers, being from Campbell and from Air Force, but probably the guy that was the most productive last year, the All-Arizona quarterback Brock Purdy at Perry High School, does not have a scholarship offer, and he's a guy that was super productive, accounted for over 4,000 yards of offense, and he was hurt for part of the year. He only played in 10 or 11 games, so he's a guy that I think if I'm NAU, if I'm a New Mexico State, a school like that, where I need to offer a player like Purdy, because he is a fantastic football player and he is under recruited right now. It's like the kids say, he's being slept on. This is the guy that's a flat out football player.
I was able to talk to National Director of Recruiting over at Scout.com, Brandon Huffman, about Purdy, and he said no one drove their stock higher this past weekend than Purdy did over at Perry. Plenty of good quarterbacks in this class and following classes. We'll be sure to highlight those as the recruiting cycle continues. This has been the Rock and Refuel Recruiting Roundup on Sports 360 AZ.